Hello guys, and welcome to a quick little tutorial on my single source block um, my single source block mob elevator tutorial. It's a very simple and easy to use system, but takes a little bit more setup than your traditional mob elevator. So this is a model of the traditional mob elevator where you have water stream coming in. Yeah, you have a water stream coming in. Just a second, why is it light down here? There should be no light down here. Weird. But anyway, this is a very small demonstration of a typical mob system. Alright, that's all working fine. And as you can see, this standard old system works perfectly fine. It delivers them up and delivers them down. Very simple. You have the water stream and they push each other off. This is the setup that you would have if you're going for an XP farm and you wanted to damage them so much from fall damage. Now I have now here is my setup. And it takes a little bit more prep than this one, but it takes slightly fewer resources. Shut up. Sorry, that was bugging me. Just had to get rid of him. He was going to bug me. But anyway, like I was saying, this is how you want to have your system looking right before you're ready to activate your system. So what you do is you get rid of that block. You can use any block to get rid of it. Now why this system works, and it's a very simple thing. I can demonstrate it fairly easily right here, is if I make a downward water path and grab a skelly egg, you see he can't swim up that. See, he's having a hard time. He wants to swim up because I've slightly aggroed him, but he might have forgiven me by now, but still, he's gonna, yep, he's starting to drown. So mobs such as skellies and zombies cannot swim up a down path. Now here, this has no downward flowing water. The water is all flowing sideways. So mobs such as skellies and zombies and creepers will be able to swim up it easily without having any problems. Works on a similar system to this, but it's a little bit bigger, not as compact, but it is also a much what's the word I want to use? it helps for gathering resources because it's got more, and it takes a little bit more prep than this one, but with only one water source, you don't have to make the climb up the elevator like for those of you who are familiar with making mob traps, you know what it's like to make those multiple trips up and down these elevators to fill them with water. You can use things like ice to speed up the process, but this is quite literally just set it up once and let the water go. Now, I haven't tried it yet, but I'm planning to here soon, is to try and make, here is a imitation spawner, basic 8x8 with a trough, water streams going into a trough, very simple, very basic design. I'm planning on making a farm design that uses a singular water source block. Not a multiple, but one. So have this source block do not only pushing them to the side to the drop and the elevator, but also have it do the jobs of these source blocks and this source block down here. In theory, it shouldn't be very hard. It'll just take some prep. You would need to route one of these water streams over here, do some quick setup, and then after that, it should be pretty easy. Some modifications here will be necessary, but not overly difficult. Now, enough talking. Let's see this thing in action. Silence to build up the suspense on the right difficulty. And this simulates an overflowing spawner. Let's check. How many entities do we have in there? 100. Over 100. So this is about as much. This equals about 30 levels worth of XP. So what is happening is they're climbing up. Gotta love those SMP glitches that are all back. To be fair, this is a little ridiculous, but anyway, as you can see, it works perfectly well. A couple things I will advise is at least this block, this sandstone block here, I would say is very important, because if you have overflow, this is a little over the top, I will agree. Let's make it more realistic. That didn't really do what I wanted, but anyway. But as you can see, if you did not have, like, let's break this really quick, you will get a clog in your system. And eventually, if you have some sort of shut off, it will eventually clean itself out. But as long as there are mobs in the system, these guys will stay here. So that's a little bit of advice. This has been a really brief and short little tutorial. This is not an exact model, but this is more of a this is a model just to show you how the system is built and how to build a system for yourself. Get out of there. There you go. Should give you an idea of how to oops, sorry, I bumped my mic, on how to create a single source block elevator. So you can, it's just a fun little project that I decided to do. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. I did not go over the basics of how a spawner works. I recommend. I'm not the person that should teach you that. There are plenty of people that have talked about that. I would recommend looking up on the wiki on how spawners work before you make your mob system, because you don't want to make a stupid mistake. Trust me, I've made more than a couple that have caused me to have to redo an almost entire farm. So, but I want to thank you guys for watching this quick and short little tutorial. I hope it helped any of you that are interested in making this system. I will try and figure out how to make it a sole source blocks mob farm. That is my next goal, but I'm waiting until I find another spawner on Blocklist to make a farm out of. I may see if anyone else has found a farm that I can experiment with. But that's for another day. I want to thank you guys for watching. As always, remember to like and comment and subscribe. It really does help. And until next time, this is Soup saying goodbye.